Okay, we're joined by USC head coach Mick Haley, Alex Jupiter, and Kendall Bateman. Coach, if you could please begin us with some opening comments.
Well, as you can imagine, we're absolutely thrilled to have come out on top of this. I couldn't really relax and enjoy watching the match, but for the spectators it had to be something really special. And I think that I have to have hats off to my team for getting outplayed in some areas and still having enough fight to stay in the match and come out on top in the end. And I really think that's special, and that's been a trait that Hawaii has had against us in the past couple of years, and have come up on top at the end. And Dave said as we were passing in the fourth game, he said, are we getting too old for this? And I was about ready to say yes, but great match. Hats off to Hawaii. I thought that was a tremendous effort, inspiring in some cases with the quality of play and the effort by both teams. So I want to thank Hawaii for hosting, because where else do you get to play in front of 10,000 people with that much enthusiasm and their ability to root for their team and make it a tremendously positive effort for the student athletes. So thanks to the hosts and the NCAA for giving us this opportunity.
Okay, open up for questions.
Coach, it was very close. I mean, it was down to a matter of plays in most of the games. Talk about how close this match was.
Well, you know, Hawaii got more kills in this match than we did, and we were still able to win, which means that we were able to win with our defense, which is something we have been working on all season. Our first ball kill has carried us. Kendall either leads the country or is in the top 2 or 3 in assists per games, assists per sets. And our middles have been very strong and opened up our outsides, and Hawaii did a marvelous job in controlling what we could do. There were probably 10 or 15 critical plays, but I would put it on to the second game, because if we were 0-2 going into the third game, we would have had a problem, I think. And that grit to come back and win the second game was probably critical for us to stay in the match and get it to where we had a chance to win it.
Alex and Kendall, what was the fifth set like?
I think it's when you go to start the fifth set, you just have to be ready. And I think Hawaii came out ready, even though they had lost the fourth set, and they weren't giving up. So our team realized that, and we realized that we had to get a good start. And I think that's what we did, or that is what we did. But it's a clean slate for that fifth game, and it could go either way.
Yeah, like Kendall said, well, by that time, it was pretty clear that nobody was going to give up. So it was just really going into a battle, or war, if you want. And it was going to be who wanted the most and who was going to hustle the most, and just be ready for everything and still trying to be calm and in control at the same time. So it was just very interesting, very good experience. As seniors, I'm really glad that I got to play that game. I'll definitely remember it for my whole life.
Alex, Hawaii's block did pretty well, but you were still able to take over the match at key points. Can you talk a little bit about that, and if you made any kind of adjustments or you just kept pounding away?
Well, I was kind of stuck in my state of mind of pounding, like you said, but thankfully my coach snapped it out of me a little bit, and I just had to go into an uncomfortable place, kind of trying to place the ball more, and I'm usually have more control hitting the ball harder, but obviously it wasn't working. They had me figured out, and I just had to go with things that I wasn't comfortable doing, but just keep trying and have my team to back me up and try and keep the errors down.
There must be a lot of satisfaction considering Hawaii has been kind of a nemesis in past seasons for you folks? Can you talk a little bit about that?
I don't know what number 6 is.
I think Hawaii is always fun to play. They have some great players on their team. We've been playing against Hewitt and Danielson since we were freshmen, so it's always fun to play them. They always put up a fight. It's always competitive. So it's been fun the past 4 years.
Coach, how do you get ready for tomorrow's match?
Yeah, you know what we did? We went in the locker room, got everybody's attention. I counted to 3. We let out a big yell, and then we put the match behind us and we started to focus for tomorrow. Because if you don't do that, we won't be able to play tomorrow. So we're hydrating right now. We're trying to talk about the opponents and move forward. We've been very good about doing this. This year we practiced really hard at a lot of the mental stuff this year. And I think with Kendall's leadership and Alex's stellar play, we've really had the right parts to be able to do this. So they have characteristically been able to handle game plans 3 hours before a match and do really, really well, and some serious changes. Last year in the regional finals, we changed our entire defense, I think at 11 o'clock Saturday morning for the Stanford match. And I really thought it was a mistake, but I felt like that was the only thing we could do to beat Stanford. And we were still down 14-11 in the 5th game and came back and won 16-14. So I'm really proud of this team. They're very smart. They study hard. They study in the classroom as well as on the volleyball court. And so I think we'll be able to implement whatever we need to do for Pepperdine tomorrow. But I need a couple hours sleep before I get after that.
Alex, playing in front of 10,000 people, how much of that, obviously most of it pro Hawaii, how much of that did that affect what you guys were doing in game 1, and how were you guys able to combat that? Because that's difficult to play through with all those people.
Well, it may be, but actually you can use it in your advantage, and you can reuse it as it's just a lot of intensity and of energy that you can absorb, and just without worrying about who they're yelling, cheering for, but just take in the experience and see that those people are just really happy to see really good volleyball. They're into it, and you're playing in front of this crowd, and that just makes you really excited and motivated. That's about as far as I think into it.